Hello, beautiful being. Take what resonates from this message. Don't expect people who don't like themselves to like you. Don't expect people who don't love themselves or respect themselves to love or respect you. The energy that I'm tapping into is of a very driven being. You're very divinely driven, and it's a force that a lot of people never feel. It's something that pulls you closer to the divine and pushes you in the direction of where you're meant to be. It's like divine guidance, you know? And it creates this like radiant energy that everybody can sense somehow, whether they see evidence of it with their physical eyes, they see your beauty, they see your level up, they see your glow. For some of you, it's in the tone of your voice, where they sense your magic, your connection with the divine. For some of you, it's like a sparkle in your eyes, you know? For some of you, it's that when they're around you, they pick up on this electric, it's just a vibe. It's electric. It's something that they can just pick up on. But just because they sense your good energy, it doesn't mean that they respect it. It doesn't mean that they honor it. Because a lot of these beings that, although they can identify that there's something very special about you, they don't have the wherewithal, the ability within themselves to honor that energy or to even remotely understand it. And so when they don't understand it, they want to attack it. Some of them. Some people just withdraw. But in some cases, there are beings who don't understand your energy and they just want to attack it. Now, there are beings who are picking up on your energy signature, and they're very much, what came through was in love, in love with your energy. Because these are beings that are moving in the same direction as you. They also feel this pull towards the divine. It's like a force that pulls them in the direction of growth and expansion. And they also feel like something is pushing them forward. So they're like-minded, right? You might not have everything in common with these beings, but they are divine. You have enough in common with them to the point where they appreciate you, they appreciate your energy, and they see you. And whatever it is that you say or do or create, it inspires them, it helps them. When they listen to you or read what you write or listen to your music or see you dance or whatever it is that you do out there, and that you put out there into the universe, it inspires them to do what they're meant to do. So they get it. But there are some beings without a soul that see you, but they don't see you. You know what I mean? They see you, but they don't see you. Okay? And your presence disturbs them. Any of these beings who are disturbed by your presence, any of them who actually put forth the effort to research you or to stalk you or to try to tear you down, maybe with rude words, rude looks, rude behavior, whatever it is they try to throw at you. It takes a very small person to do those things. And one thing that you can be sure of about a person who invests time into someone and what they do, but they do it for malevolent reasons, to discourage that person or to criticize that person or try to spew hatred towards that person. One thing that you automatically know about that person is that they don't like themselves, they don't love themselves, they don't respect themselves, and they're bored. They're incredibly bored. They don't know themselves. They don't know why they're here. They've lost touch with their soul. They are stuck in a pattern of repeating terrible choices, not only in this lifetime, but from past lifetimes as well. They refuse to change, therefore they refuse to grow. And in many cases, this person or these people, depending on however many you've come in contact with, they've become very disordered, having some sort of personality disorder, which a lot of people experience that. A lot of us experience that when we're faced with trauma or when we're in a very disordered environment. A lot of times a chaotic environment can impact a being to the point where they also become disordered. But once we learn about ourselves, we learn to love ourselves, and once we're in an environment where we know that we are safe and we are cared for and protected, those of us who are committed to understand ourselves, understand ourselves, and to love ourselves, we grow to a point where we are no longer disordered, right? And I'm talking about based on psychological standards and assessments and all of that, like personality disorders, okay? So we're able to heal ourselves, but there are some beings who have completely lost touch with their soul, and they're empty inside. They don't know what spirit is. They don't know what divinity feels like. They can recognize it, they can sense it in someone else. But see, that's the thing, is that because they've lost touch with the divine, when they recognize it in you, they hate you. They envy you because you haven't lost touch. And what I'm getting is that, like, you're very real. You're very real. And so there's something that these beings who envy you, they sense that there's a similarity between you. Like, you've been through something, perhaps that they've been through some sort of very harsh experience or heinous experience, and you never lost touch with your soul. You experienced difficulty and pain, and you may have asked a lot of questions, but you always had hope that at some point in time you'd be guided to the answer that you needed. And this is a huge point of envy for whoever this is or whoever these people are. Also, a message that's coming through is that you are not crazy. You have been surrounded by and confronted by a lot of awful beings. And I'm not just speaking of beings who have made bad choices. These are beings who have formed patterns and cycles of committing to a life of evil, of creating pain for others. Because they have lost hope, and they do not ever plan on, instead of making their pain someone else's problem, processing and learning and growing. They don't ever plan to do that. They are empty inside. Some beings will never know a person like this, you know? I imagine some people listen to these readings and they're like, I like listening to this, but who could this be? And others are like, yes, I know, you know? But if this is your reading, you know. You know. There's something so beautiful about your choice to never become empty. To always allow yourself to be filled with love and to always connect with the divine. And if you ever question your path or is it worth it, just know that it absolutely is worthwhile, because you are one of the most beautiful beings that has ever lived. And you are loved and honored and respected on all dimensions. That's what I'm hearing, on all dimensions. You're loved and you're respected. And you're honored. And so even on some of those like low dimensions where perhaps love does not exist, you're still respected. Because even demons know who you are. Not just the demons that many people enjoy working with, but I'm talking about all demons. They know who you are. And they know what energy has been sent your way. And they know what you've done with it. And so even if they are not capable of love, of vibrating on the frequency of love, at least they respect you. And so whatever beings walk this earth and have chosen to not even respect you, they're alone. They are completely alone. And that is why their actions are so ugly, so hideous, because they know they're all alone. They know that they have no one, not even demons on the lowest dimensions want to have anything to do with these beings, because they've chosen not to respect you. And the entire universe knows that you are worthy of respect. So, I'm hearing there will be hell to pay for these beings, and it won't come from you. That's the thing. Because you are not a vengeful being. You're not vengeful because you're connected to your soul, and your soul knows better than to be obsessed with something so petty as revenge. But you have formed allies, ancestral allies, even angels and demons honor you. Both angels and demons honor you. And they're not okay with the lack of respect that some of these soulless beings have chosen to demonstrate to you. And so, yes, they are ensuring that there will be hell to pay for anyone who tries to block you on your path. Because your path is soulful. 1717 on the timer. It's full of divine passion and purity, balance, and delight, and depth. I'm hearing you got mad respect out here in these streets. So, it is what it is. Anyone who does not respect you, like, they don't have to like you, but I'm talking about people who have really done some hideous things simply to stop you, simply to hurt you, simply to end what was meant to only continue for you. Yes. They now have hell to pay. And trust me, beautiful being, they are feeling it. And if you feel the need to get in the comments and say, but I don't want revenge, it's not revenge. It's divine justice. Ashe. I love you. I wish you peace, joy, and so many blessings. Take care.